Now let's take a look at defining your employees. You'll notice again in the employee screen that we have a pick list that allows us to pick a specific employee off of the list. We'll pick John Smith. We have a next, previous, top to go to the first record, bottom to go to the last record. A find function which allows us to try to find a specific employee number. A print function, which actually I'm not going to print out right now. And then we have the add, modify, and delete. If we want to create a new employee, we select add. If we want to modify an existing employee, we select modify, or we can delete any of the employees that are on the system. Let's go ahead and modify this record. We have the employee number, which is again is a number that you will assign under the add function. Employee numbers can't be modified, just as vendor numbers can't be modified. Customer numbers can't be modified because those are the key fields in the system. We do have some functions that allow you to deal with that, which we'll show you in another place. But then you have the last name, first name, salesperson ID, which will be used in the sales tracking system to keep track of commissions or sales that have been brought in by that specific employee. We have their address information, telephone, fax number if they have one, and then social security number, which is used in the payroll module, their position, hire date, if they're full-time or part-time, and then some taxing information, the number of exemptions that they're claiming, their tax status, their hourly rate. If they're an hourly employee, you'd put that there. Their salary, if they're a salary employee, you would put their default salary there. And then whether or not they're eligible for rehire, which of course is only relevant if they've been let go or if they've left, and then the number of vacation hours that they've currently earned. On the second page, we have the number of vacation hours that they've used, the number of sick hours that they've used, which are all tracked through the payroll system, and other hours that they've been absent, which can be tracked manually. Their termination date is the date that they stopped working. You typically won't delete an employee that's been terminated because you want to keep that information on file, particularly if you've run payroll, so that you have an employee record to match up with the historical payroll information. If this person is a salesperson paid on commission, you can specify that they're paid a commission on the percent value of their total sales, as in this case we see 10%, or a commission percent based on the gross profit margin of their sales. Either option is valid, and the software will calculate commission in either of those two ways. And then we have some year-to-date totals, which you may put in as a beginning balance, but typically once you've switched over to the software, you'll allow the payroll to maintain those if you're keeping track of payroll on the system, and some other year-to-date values. Then we have the state tax percent of federal or tax percent of gross are the options that are used in most states to determine what the state income tax will be, and then the federal income tax will work the same way. We also have a payroll tax table for the state of Utah to calculate the state tax. We have some notes fields where you can put the reasons that that employee left or was terminated, and again you can track their email address and their website address.